Well, here we are in the new game library. There will be videos about this coming up. This is just going to be a pickups video. Got quite a bit to get through that I want to get organised onto the shelves and marked off my list as usual. So we're just going to get back into things with a little pickup video. We have all 4 Xbox consoles to cover. We do have some PS3, some PS4 and a Switch game. Not mine, but it's in there. And a couple of Steelbook 4Ks to show as well. It has been absolutely stressful getting here, but we're here. We're in the new place. Yeah, I won't dwell on it too much because, like I said, videos to come. I do have a bit of a shade on here because the window is this side and I've got a light as well. So, you know, I don't know how the sound's going to work as well in this room. All things that will be sorted as we go. I'm not wearing this shirt though. So, I suppose we better make a start. There's, like I say, a fair bit to get through. So, we'll kick off with the 4K Blu-rays just to get them out of the way. Fantastic series. Absolutely love this series. The 4th one, just mental. The action is superb. And it's John Wick 4. Let's get that light off there. John Wick 4. Steelbook. It's got a nice cover on it as well, which kind of complements the actual Steelbook. Of course, we've got Donnie Yen there on the back as well, who plays Kane. And there's a nice, let's see if we can get there's a nice kind of inlay picture as well, with what looks like Donnie Yen kicking, I guess, John Wick on the other side. Yeah, John Wick. So yeah, really nice Steelbook. Love the film, great series. We should be getting a 5th one by the sounds of it as well as the spin-offs that they're making, so good start. Put our Steelbooks up here. Then we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Missed this at the cinema. Found it on Steelbook when it come out. I really enjoyed the first Shazam film. This one, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's getting towards where the DC universe is now kind of irrelevant and they're rebooting it. You can tell this has been through so many rewrites and things, and stuff that happens no longer really matters. It was okay, not a patch on the first one. Yeah, it was just all right. What's on the back here? Try and get, yeah, we've got a picture there of kind of the bad guys, as it were, in there. Yeah, a nice Steelbook, but film, nah. Then another one I missed at the cinema because with everything going on, just didn't get time to get out. Avatar, Way of Water. Actually quite really enjoyed this. Yeah, you know what I mean. Really enjoyed it. I have kind of an affinity with water anyway, so anything kind of water-based and ocean-based and oceanic life, I really do enjoy. So I don't know, just quite enjoyed it. It's quite a long film, but yeah, nice kind of Steelbook. Was a HMV exclusive, I believe. Got a little sticker in there that says so. What's on the inside? I think there's just a whale kind of jumping on the inside. You can't really see it there. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it for what it is. We'll see what happens with the other 2 films that are coming out in the series. Then our last Steelbook, another one of the Marvels, more up-to-date ones. It's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I'm still not sure what I think. This is one we did see at the cinema. I need to watch it again to give it a proper kind of opinion, if you like. Nice Steelbook. We've got a little scene inside with, well, you see Ant-Man there, and on the other side it's got obviously the Wasp and his daughter. The whole of this phase has been a bit poor. Marvel's kind of, especially with the TV stuff, just bombing. Not enjoying the TV stuff at all. It was okay. Did some interesting things. Seeing MODOK in it was quite interesting. I didn't think they'd ever get him into film in there. But yeah, not too bad seeing that. We'll see if they can pick it up. But yeah, not too bad. So, let's crack on with some games. So the first couple are not my games, but they're in our collection, if you like. So these are what the missus has picked up. I don't know if I've this was before we moved. I don't know if I showed this before, but she picked up Hogwarts Legacy. She's a massive Harry Potter fan. Me, not so much. I'm more Lord of the Rings. But I have started this as well. I've been playing it, and it seems an alright game, to be fair. The graphics are amazing, and yeah, it kind of plays alright, so I will see it through. That's on the Xbox Series X. So we'll get more into that. And one that she literally just picked up, it's just come out. This is her kind of games that she likes. On the Switch, Fae Farm. I know nothing about it. She's been talking about it no end. It's kind of one of these, you build your own farmstead house and collect things and do stuff, you know, one of them. She's really into them kind of games, so she'll enjoy that and playing that. Right, let's get on. These are in some kind of order, but not an order, if that makes sense. So order, I think, of what I've picked them up in. All mixed up as consoles mixed up, so we'll just go through it. So first one, I picked, this was supposed to be my last pickups actually, but because I was playing it, I'd left it on their kind of counter shelf that obviously my console was on, so I missed it. So obviously some of these prices would have changed by now. This one has changed loads because I've had it so long, a couple of months. But one I was interested in playing when it come out, and I was waiting for a bit of a price drop, and it went down to this price, so I thought I'd pick it up. Obviously now it's probably cheaper, but I've fully played it, completed it multiple times, and actually really enjoyed it. It weren't too bad. So we've got the day one edition of the Callisto Protocol on the Xbox Series X. At the time this went down to 28 quid, so yeah, picked it up. We had some kind of DLC as well for a weapon and skins and that kind of stuff. It's, loads of people compare it to Dead Space because it basically is. It's very similar to Dead Space, but a little bit different at the same time. But enjoyed it. So yeah, we'll get, I think I've got a couple more runs to do to get the last couple of achievements, so we'll get that done. Put these down here. Then another one I picked up, I think around the same time. This was from Game. It had gone right down in price, although the price has kind of rubbed off on their sticker. So the first price I got up was 15, and it had gone down to 10.98, so I had to pick it up for that. And it's Nier Replicant. Now I got mixed up with this. I thought this was a sequel in the Nier universe, but it's not. It's just a remake of the first Nier game, the original Nier game. Just remade for obviously Xbox One and Series X, and I guess, I don't know if it's on PS5. I would imagine it's on PS5, PS4 era. But I absolutely love the game, so really enjoyed playing through it again with the HD graphics. It's a fantastic game. So many game styles in it as well, from third-person hack and slash to shmup sections to bullet hell sections and platforming sections. Like, the game really mixes it up throughout the levels that you play and that kind of stuff. And they changed them on this version as well. They've changed the main protagonist, so this is the main protagonist now. He's a lot younger version of the character, whereas in the original is quite an old grumpy man. I don't know if I've got it to hand real quick, and here we are. Yeah, so the original is quite a difference in character, which is why I kind of thought it was a sequel and didn't really know. But yeah, I really enjoyed playing it again, as I keep saying. I won't really show you inside, but yeah, recommend playing it. Great series. Okay, so PlayStation for the PlayStation fans. God of War Ragnarok. I can't remember how much I paid for this now. It wasn't day one. I got it after the first price drop. Game were doing a bit of a sale, so I managed to pick it up for the PS4 because I don't have my PS5 yet. Absolutely loved the first new God of War. It's one of my favourite games of all time, so I couldn't wait to play this. I've been playing it quite a bit, but you hate me, I got a bit bored with it. Yeah, I don't know, it wasn't grabbing me as much as the first one. The story's a little bit weaker, and obviously you switch playing between the characters, and I think it was Eddie said he prefers playing as Atreus, the boy. I hate playing as Atreus, as the boy. I found him so dull, so boring. He's just annoying, I don't know, and that's what I'm on one of his missions now, the second time he plays him, and I'm just trying to kind of grind through it and get through it so I can get playing back as Kratos. And yeah, I'll get back to it, and hopefully it picks up a bit. I've been enjoying what I've been playing as Kratos, but yeah, the Atreus bits really slowed it down for me and put me off playing it a bit. So, but that was before I moved house as well. So now I've moved house, my gaming bits set back up. I can get back on it and give it another go, and hopefully get back into it. So on my last pickups as well, talked about Gordon at Gib 84. I think I said 82 last time because that's what I used to be. So Gib 84, again he put some more games in our chat up for grabs. So I picked a few more up from him. I've been going through my stuff, so there's some stuff be on your way soon to you, Gordon. Some bits that I managed to grab off him that he put in. Talking about Dead Space, we've got Dead Space 2. It's the limited edition version on the PS3, and this actually comes with the full, obviously the full game, and the full Dead Space Extraction game. Now, I got confused with that. I thought the Extraction was the one that you got on the 360 arcade, which was... I had it in my head and now it's gone, but it's another game. It's completely different, so I don't actually know what Extraction is, so be interested to play that and get into that. One of my favourite games, probably the best one of the series, is it? Really like the first one. Waiting to play the remake of the first one, but yeah, the second one really good. The third one kind of dips down where it's co-op and there was less horror in it, but this one fantastic. So can't wait to play it again on the PS3 and get some trophies. The other one picked up off him was the last Motorsport game I needed on the PS3. Motorstorm game, and this is Motorstorm Apocalypse. So I now have all 3 Motorstorm games now on the PS3. Quite enjoyed the Motorstorm games. Yeah, bit different to racing. I do like my different races, as I've said before. So I'll give that a go and see what that's like. And something that's it's a staple PlayStation title, so I had to just kind of pick it up only on PlayStation. Gran Turismo 5. Now, talking about them races, the different races, the rally races, I do enjoy them. Track races such as this, I really don't enjoy, but I thought I'd get it for, you know, the only on PlayStation section, if you like. I'll give it a go. I'll see if I can get into it. But between this and Forza, I know there's an argument. I prefer Forza over GTA, over GT. We'll see. So, talking about Gordon. Gordon likes his 3 for 2 from game. So we have a 3 for 2 from game that we picked up just before we moved house, and this is why these were still out. So I've got these literally just before we moved. They were $7.99 each. I got 3 of them, and obviously 3 for 2, so 1 for 3. Now I remember someone talking about this in our game chat, and I thought people were saying it was a good game. And I posted a picture in, but then I lost internet, so I just bought them anyway. And then after I bought them, it turns out it's an absolute shite game. I have played like the intro. I don't know, it's unique. We'll see. I'll give it a go, proper go at some point and see if it gets any better or if it is shite. But it is the Eternal Cylinder. So you play as this little weird thing going around sucking up stuff, spin it out, and there's this, you're on a planet that you can kind of move around, but there's this massive cylinder that's rolling towards you, crushing stuff, and you're kind of escaping it. As what I got from it, I don't know. Yeah, really didn't play much, just a little bit to see what kind of game it was. It's on the to play pile, but nearer to the bottom, we'll put it that way. Game I've been waiting for ages to pick up and just kind of forgot about and didn't. I've got the whole series now. I've played quite a bit of the first one, but not finished it and not played the second one, so I need to get through them so I can get onto this one. And that's Kingdom Hearts 3. So I picked up on the Xbox One. Obviously it's Square Enix with some Final Fantasy characters mixed in with loads of Disney and Disney characters. Most people probably know what Kingdom Hearts games are. It's a big franchise. Yeah, I played it a little bit just to give it a test all my games before they go onto the wall, just to make sure they're working fine. And it is an RPG game that I want to get into. The missus will enjoy watching it as well because she loves Disney, so it's something we can kind of play together. So we'll start the series of that soon. And the last one, it was just something I needed to pick up. There wasn't much of a selection there. I already have both of these games on the 360. I did quite enjoy them, although I think I finished the first one, but not the second one. This is a collection remake, not remake, but was it HD remake or remaster is what I'm thinking of. It's the Metro Redux collection. So Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. Did enjoy what I played of them. Obviously updated graphics, looks really good, plays really well, and it's got all the DLC on there as well, so at some point we'll get into that. Good first person shooter with kind of horror aspects to it, as well as managing your ammo, because ammo can be used, it's quite rare, so you can use it as currency as well. So it's like, do you take ammo in to kill enemies, or do you use it to buy better stuff? You've also got your underground a lot in the subways in Russia, and you've got to manage your air supply and your oxygen and your filters on your mask. So yeah, it's quite an interesting series. I need to pick up the last one actually, or the third one in the series. I've still not picked up, so I need to remember to get that. So where did we get this from? Just picked it up from Game. I think it was the same, not from Game, from CEX, the same time as we got them from Game on a trip into town. I come across this a few times but never picked it up. Found this slipcase once before I picked it up. It's £4. It's Darkstar 1 Broken Alliance, and quite interestingly, while picking this one up, reading the back, obviously Starfield's just come out, big Bethesda game, everyone's talking about it. This sounds a lot like Starfield, so they're all saying it's a unique experience, a unique game and all that, but reading the back of this, it's pretty much the same premise. So I don't know, we'll give it a go and see if it is. But yeah, nice little slipcase on that one as well, so we'll get that sticker off and cleaned up to get in the wall. Now, a couple of charity shop finds, nothing great, but 50p each, picked them up to get onto that collection. A couple of sports titles. Picked these up because they're actually getting hard to find now, because CX pretty much stopped taking them in and don't have much of a range, so you know, they are getting hard to find. For 50p, why not pick them up from a charity shop, give them some money as well. So we've got NHL 07. Yeah, just an NHL game, all complete with manual. Nothing more to say about that one. And at the same time, we got an NFL Tour 50p as well. This one does need a bit of a clean up. Oh, it says £1 on there actually, so maybe I paid £1. They were from the same place, from a YMCS. I don't know why one was £1, one was 50p. Maybe they were 50p each. In the end, I think she just charged me. I don't know, I can't remember. It was quite a while ago I picked these up. And an original Xbox. Yes, one more for that collection. We're slowly getting there, and this is a fairly decent one. I've picked this up before. Well, I think I ordered it from CX and it came without a manual, so I sent it back. But while we were over in Leicester picking them up from the CX in the game, nipped into Super Game Shack, and he had a copy of this, really nice copy with a manual. It's still in its plastic baggie, because it sells all these games in plastic baggies, so we'll keep it in there for now. It's Taz Wanted on the original Xbox. It was up at £15. It's gone up quite a bit since I last bought it. I think it's like only £8, so you know, prices are going up. I think this was on par with CX price, current price as well at the time of picking it up. You basically play as Taz. It does say there's 12 two-player challenges as well, so you can play multiplayer. 3D, third person, level-based game. I don't know, I've not really played it that much. So spin, eat and destroy everything across 10 free roaming levels. So free roaming, yeah. We'll give it another bash at some point and see what it's like. Anyone played it? Let me know. Right. Bringing the next pile a bit closer. So these were more current. These I've picked up in the last few weeks since moving and getting the game library sorted. I wanted, you know, it's been a couple of months since I went out looking for games and stuff. I just absolutely stopped, and I, you know, I've got that itch to go out and look again. And we needed to go into town anyway. These were, in fact, these first ones, because there is a bit of a story actually. So this first section, we needed to go into Loughborough, and I'd heard from a friend at work. Now they had a really good game over in Loughborough. Always had some good stuff in, some nice collector's edition stuff in the glass cabinets. But as with all games, they've closed their kind of main store and moved into the Sports Direct. Now, a friend at work who lives nearby had been in. He was the one that told me it had now closed down and moved into Sports Direct. So we were talking about that, and he was saying obviously the selection's gone down a bit, and he was saying obviously when they'd moved, they were selling off loads of stuff really cheap. I'd already missed it at this point, so I was absolutely gutted because there were some real good bargains going on. But we had to go over there, like I say, pick some stuff up for the house, so we did a bit of game hunting while we were there. I didn't pick anything up from the CEX while I was there, but just the game. So we had a look in there to see what they'd done to it, and yeah, shadow of its former self, absolutely dreadful. It is at the front of the store, and then their store kind of, it's in the open way, and then there's escalators up to the Sports Direct, so it is really separated, not like in a corner like some of the others are that I go to. But yeah, the selection is just not there. There's next to nothing. The Xbox One shelf was literally like a half billy of just one thin set of games, and that was included new games and pre-owned games. My lights just died, and the battery pack's died, so I'm gonna have to make do with natural light for the rest of that. It's not made too much of a difference. So yeah, I managed to pick up 3 games in the 3 for 2, and then a game that was just cheap. Now, we'll talk about this one first because there is a bit of a story with the 3 for 2. So the game I picked up on its own, originally up at $20.99, it had gone down to $12.98, which is a bargain. Game I've been waiting to play. I had considered getting the collector's editions, but I have pretty much now stopped getting collector's editions for space. They're just not as good anymore, I'm finding. Most of them don't even come with physical copies of the game, and they're just getting too expensive for what you get. I have broke this promise recently, but after that one comes out, that's it, I'm done with collector's editions. So I've just got the standard edition. It is Tales of Arise, and I've been playing this. It's fantastic, I love it. Tales game RPG from Bandai Namco, should I say. Yeah, and it's just been announced that this is getting some DLC as well, so hopefully I can get through the game by the time that's out and get playing it. Yeah, just really enjoying it. Got it, well, it says Xbox One and Series X, so it's not a straight Series X game. It does have a reversible cover as well, so we'll see if we can get that out. So standard cover and reversible cover there. That's quite nice to have. I'm keeping it on the kind of standard, or the one that it came with. That I do prefer this one, I think, with them standard side by side, so we'll be keeping that. Now, the 3 for 2. So originally, yeah, 2 of the ones I picked up, I obviously still picked up. Then the 3rd game I picked up was a game that Ross at Bahaha was talking about in our chat, and they'd got the game there, so I was like, fantastic, got 3 games that I want. I think they were all $17.99 as well, and then obviously one free. So I picked it up, I'd handed in the games, I was waiting, the guy was messing about. There was another member of staff there who I guess was leaving, who was rushing around and kind of confusing him at the same time. He couldn't find the disc. It turns out they didn't have the disc for this game, or they couldn't find it. They probably had it, like I say, it was just a mess. So he said he couldn't find it, so I had to put that back. It was the, now I'm going to forget the bloody name. Is it Scars Above? Something like that. Kind of a third-person horror game, I think he was saying. It looked really interesting, but I will pick it up at some point. But I had to leave it. And so I handed him the other one that I'd gone back to choose. Again, not much for selection. And I said, I'll take these 3 instead. And as he's looking for them, he gives me back the case for the game that he couldn't find. So, oh, can you just put this back on the shelf for me? I'm like, well, what's the point? You don't have the disc for it. It's a pre-owned game. He's like, yeah, but we've got to put it out anyway. I'm like, typical, not keeping an eye on the timer of my camera. So yeah, he hands it me back. Can you put it on the shelf? Like, it makes no sense to put it back on the shelf. It's a pre-owned game. You've only got 1 copy and you haven't got the disc for it. If someone else trades one in, you're gonna have that to put on the shelf. So anyway, like, I know they put dummy case on for the new ones. That would have made sense if it was a new game, but it wasn't. It's pre-owned. So I was like, whatever. I said, I'm not doing your job for you. Literally, as I'm standing here, if he was the counter, the shelf was here next to him. All he had to do was reach over and put it on the shelf himself. Like, you lazy bastard, like, do your own job. So yeah, I just left it on account. Unfortunately, didn't get it. The one I did replace it was Dark Pictures Anthology. I think this is the last one, The Devil in Me. Now I've played the Man of Medan, finished that. I had started, I think it's the second one, is it? Not House of Ashes, is it? Little Hope. I think it's Little Hope. I've started the House of Ashes is the one I need now, and then I'll have all of them. So we've got this one. So I won't be playing this one just yet until I've done the others. But I thought I'd pick it up while it was in the offer. Like I said, they didn't have much for selection. Now the other two I did pick up, and he did have. Again, one I've kind of been waiting to pick up. A game I have on the PSP, remade, remastered, whatever, for the Series X and the Xbox One. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. So I played quite a bit of this on the PSP, but never finished it. So really interested to see how it plays. Obviously it's going to play very different to PSP. It's more like the new remake Final Fantasy. It's more kind of action based, real time, I think. Although it still does seem to use the slot system that was in the PSP. So yeah, interested to see how the story plays out, and I'll go through this probably after Tales. Like I say, I have started it to give it a go and played the kind of the prologue into it. And also the new Final Fantasy being announced, which is the collector's edition that is going to be my last one. I'm pretty sure it's going to be my last one. Now the other one I did pick up, which is why I wanted to buy a third game, because I really wanted this, because it was the steelbook version that they had, and it was the Xbox Series X version, special edition of Gotham Knights. Now I've not heard great things from it. It was a nice little slipcase with the steelbook. I'll show you the steelbook there. It is a nice steelbook. Do like that. Now I love the Batman series and the Arkham series. I've played quite a bit of this. I'm still not sure. This follows the Arkham series, right? I'm not being stupid. I'm pretty sure it does. It starts off with Batman essentially dying or being killed, and then the four kind of proteges taking over. So you've got Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl and Red Hood all taking over Batman's kind of mantle, and you know, solving their own kind of story and crimes and dealing with people. So far I've not really come across many other villains. Harley Quinn is the last kind of mission I did, where you get to meet her in Blackgate. I've enjoyed what I've played. Everyone's moaning about the graphics and stuff. I've not really had an issue with the graphics. I thought they look okay. Yeah, gameplay wise, the combat is not as good as the Batman Arkham games. It's not as solid. Obviously each character plays completely different. You have their own styles. So far I've mostly been playing as Nightwing, and then I've had a little go with Red Hood. I've not played the other two characters yet. But you can play it co-op as well. I've not played it co-op. I've only been playing it solo. That's how I like really to play these kind of games. Yeah, so I've played it a bit. I'll give it more of a go as well. I'm kind of in between this and Tales at the minute. I'm playing them both at the same time. I've enjoyed what I've played. I can see it getting a bit repetitive with every time you kind of go out into the city at night to do your missions. There are little missions you can do around, like little submissions, rescuing people, that kind of stuff, as well as then whatever main mission you're on. Riding around on bike, you get to ride on the Bat bike or Bat bicycle, whatever. On this, it's okay. It's alright. I need to play it a bit more to give it more of an in-depth. I don't think it's worth the hate it got of what I've played. Maybe I'll change my mind when I've played more and I'll become to hate it more, but it seems alright of what I've played so far. Essentially free and a steelbook. I'll take that. Now, a little selection from games, Super Game Shack that we picked up. We've got a nice little 360 bundle here. So the first one up at 15. I think all of these were CX prices or lower. Some people say these prices are quite high. Some might be, but there are deals in there as well. Recommend going and checking them out. It's a great little store. So the first one, not one you see that much, Bakugan Defenders of the Core. I think there were 2 Bakugan games on the 360. I now have both. Nice and colourful case. I don't know much about Bakugan. It was around the time of like Pokemon and Digimon and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's similar to that. It looks just like a fighter. yeah, I can't tell you much more about that or the series. Let's take that sticker off there now, actually. There can go. It's just for reference. £6 we've got Gun. This is, I think, similar to like a Red Dead kind of feel. Obviously it's a Western. I don't know if it's fully open world. It kind of looks it. So it'd be interesting to play this. I think I've got this actually already on the original Xbox. So it was kind of a crossover title, early 360, late OG Xbox. So we'll give it a go and see how it plays. It might be quite interesting. Don't mind Western style stuff. A nice little compilation, which I think these are going to go up with the 360 store closing next year. I've just dropped the sticker. Well, there we are. So this was £10, which I think was a pretty good price. I've never seen it that low, to be fair. It's normally around the £15 mark. So the first Popcup collection that I've got, this is volume 2. It has Plants vs Zombies, which I already have digitally, Zumba, Heavy Weapon, and Feeding Frenzy 2, which I think I have digitally already as well. But yeah, nice to come across that. It's not one you see in the wild very often. Like I say, it normally holds a decent price. I'm going to open this one because someone who had it before has wrote a load of cheats in there. So I've got a little cheat guide in there for Plants vs Zombies. It's just things like putting glasses on zombies, moustaches, and just random stuff on there. But yeah, we'll keep that in there. That's quite interesting, and all the little kind of arcade games in there as well. So I now need to look out for the volume 1. I can't remember what games are on volume 1 actually. And now another game, I picked this up from, I think it was a Cash Converters, but they couldn't find the disc, and when I went back they just got rid of it. So finally found it and picked it up. Again, not one I've seen in the wild that much. This was up at £6, and I've recently just completed this on the Xbox One. Sniper Elite 3. Love the Sniper Elite games, fantastic games. Third person shooters, but obviously he plays a sniper, and the sniping physics in these games are great. So he has kind of you follow the bullet, and then it goes through X-ray modes wherever you shot them, where you see the bullet going through the body, hitting various organs or destroying parts of the skeleton and that kind of stuff. I think this was the first game as well to have the X-ray cam on vehicles, so when the vehicles get destroyed you see it explode in slow motion and that kind of stuff. Really enjoyed it. Quite a short one though, the third one. I think I went through it quite fast on the Xbox One. Pretty much fully finished it, like finding all the little collectibles and stuff. So we'll go through it again because I did enjoy it. That's Sniper Elite 3. So I have definitely the first one on the original Xbox, second one on the 360. I think I have the fourth one. I might even have the fifth one as well on the Xbox One. I need to check that because I need to get playing them. I have started the fourth one. I can't remember if I finished it, and then I can start the fifth one. But yeah, really enjoy that series. And last one I picked up, a Kinect game for the Kinect series. Not had picked up much Kinect recently. I've got them on their own little shelf here. You can't see because it's just next to me. And that one I've come across before. This was £8. Saban's Power Rangers Super Samurai. Power Rangers kind of after my time. Obviously I know about the Power Rangers and the original Power Rangers. I did watch a few episodes, but then just kind of went off it. You know, I was a bit old for it by that point. Kinect game, so I have no idea how it plays. I guess fighting various monsters and stuff. It says you can transform into the big Megazord or Zord or whatever it is. I mean, these Power Rangers look completely different to what I know. Obviously it's a Super Samurai Power Rangers, whatever the difference is there. I don't know if there's the same people or whatever, but yeah, another Kinect game. We'll give it a go at some point, because where my setup is now, I've got loads of room to actually play the Kinect, so I can get that set up and actually get through some of my Kinect games. And there's some good ones that I enjoy playing that I want to go back to, so yeah, there's that. They were from Super Game Shack. Now a nice little bundle. The rest of these are from CEX. I got these on the same day. I picked up all the games first, and this one was actually behind the counter, and I had to look at it. Really good condition. So I thought I'd pick it up after just saying back collector's editions. I'm not getting big collector's editions. Little ones like this I can cope with. They go on the shelf. So this is Deadfall Adventures, the collector's edition. funny because I have this digitally because it was on Games with Gold, and I've recently just completed it. I actually really enjoyed it. It's not a bad little game. First person shooter puzzling game. There's probably more puzzling in it than there is shooting, or maybe it's a bit balanced, I don't know. Yeah, so each level is in a different area. You go to like the Arctic and mine jungles, all that kind of stuff, tombs, and obviously you're shooting like mummies and skeletons and bad guys, that kind of stuff, and then you get various puzzles that you have to solve to get through to collect treasures and progress the story. It's based on Quatermain. If anyone knows Alan Quatermain, this isn't Alan Quatermain. This is, I think it's his grandson or his son or something like that. James Quatermain, James Lee Quatermain, you play on this. So if anyone knows about Quatermain, you know his kind of history. Now it says it was up at 20 quid, but then once you actually put it through, it had gone down. Not much, a couple of quid. I think it was 18 in the end. Now you get some DLC. There's a code in there. The code worked, so I got all the DLC. You get a special gun, 3 multiplayer skins. Then there is a soundtrack in here on disc, a making of movie disc as well, and an art book inside. So that's all complete. It's quite nice to have. And like I said, I don't mind these little box ones because they fit on the shelf next to all the games quite fine. So I don't mind getting them ones. It's just massive collector's editions now. I'm not bothering with. Then series, I'm going to have a quick look because I thought I'd got some of these, but apparently not. In fact, I won't. I can't see it. Yes, I have. So I've got number 3. So I've picked up number 1 and number 4. I'm going to say I don't even know there's a number 2. I would imagine there's a number 2, although I looked on the CX website and couldn't find it, so I don't know. I'll have to have a proper look. So we've got the first one, Asbo Family Game Night, up at £6. This features, does it say how many games? 1, 2, 3, 6 games. So we've got Battleships, Connect 4, Yahtzee, Boggle, Sorry, and Sorry Sliders. Oh, it includes 6 games, says there. So little arcade games. Some of these I think I've played because when I put it in, it did say I had some achievements in it already. So I'll add that one in. And like I say, I've already got number 3, so I found number 4. This one was up a £5. And this has 5 games on it. So we've got Connect 4 Basketball, Yahtzee Bowling, Sorry Sliders, again, maybe a different variant, Bop It, Boptagon. How that's in this kind of game, I have no idea how that works. And Boggle Flash, so pretty much the same games, just different variants. But you can use the Kinect with this, so maybe it plays better with the Kinect. Probably how you play the Bop It game, probably works better on Kinect. And this is when EA went to the dull white manuals, so nothing interesting seeing that one. I just need to find number 2. There must be a number 2, surely, if there's a 3 and 4. Just never seen it, so I don't know what games are on that. Then I picked up a couple of cheap ones just because they were there to fill up the collection. Moto GP 06, 150, motorbike racing game. I might give this a go just because it's a bit of a different racer, even though it will be a track racer, so I will get bored of this quite quick, so probably won't play it too much. Then one of the only PES games I didn't have, just obviously never found it at a charity shop. It was only 50p, so I thought I may as well. It's only going to be 50p or more at a charity shop anyway. PES 9. I think this now pretty much does me a run, or is all the PES games except for like the last 2, which are obviously normally the more expensive ones. I did at the same time, I'm just going to put this in, pick up PES 14 because it wasn't on my list, and then when I got home I realised I already have it, so that's going back. That was just me being stupid, although I looked at, like I said, I looked at my list and my photos, it wasn't on there. They're obviously quite old, I need to update them now, they're all on the wall. And the last one we got, one I have actually been, I keep looking out for because it was on my radar to pick up. Just get that sticker off. I need a drink. Try and get this in 2 sections as well. So I've got it on the Xbox One. This is one of the kind of crossover titles, the last kind of towards the end of the 360 and the start of the new Xbox One. So obviously I picked up on the Xbox One at the time. Really enjoyed the game on the series. It's the newer Wolfenstein games, and this is the New Order on the 360. Only £2.50, bargain. But this, I guess because it's close to the end of the 360, it actually comes on 4 discs. Now I only know, and this is a good case because it's a proper 4-disc case, I only know of one other game on the 360. There are probably more. That has 4 discs, and that was Lost Odyssey RPG. Obviously, you can expect it from an RPG, the massive games, and obviously expected it from this game a little bit, because obviously it's towards the end of the life and the graphics and stuff are so good. You probably needed 4 discs. What's that? There's another. Oh, there's a beta code for Doom in there as well. Beta code. So yeah, like I was saying, the Lost Odyssey, because it was an earlier title in the 360. The 4th disc there, only 3 of them came in the case, and then the 4th disc came in a little kind of envelope and was in. So it's nice to see that they actually made a case for that to fit 4 discs on there. I've not tried this one yet actually, because you do need to install some of it onto the hard drive, which is probably why there's so many discs. I just don't have the space to try it out, so I need to either get one of my other 360s out or make some space so I can get this installed and test that out. But yeah, I love the game. Obviously first person shooter, more modernised. Before the story went absolutely mental in the second one, which I've also not long ago finished. But yeah, really enjoyed it, so recommend this series as well, the kind of new versions of Wolfenstein, however we're going to pronounce it. That is all the pickups. Now, there is one more thing I want to talk about or show. I picked this up recently. I don't know if I put it in my last pickups, so I'm just going to add it in here just to talk about what's going on. So I did get Murder Soul Suspect for 360. Again, a game that came at the end of the 360 life and the beginning of the Xbox life, PS3, PS4, however you want to look at it, the swap between generations. So obviously I picked it up on the Xbox One, got the collector's edition, which is quite nice. So recently picked it up on the 360. Now we're doing a thing in our Game Club 52 where every month we've all selected 3 games. I've selected it from 3 different consoles and genres of stuff. Everyone's picked their 3 games. We put them onto like a spinny wheel which Gordon spins. It picks a game, and then that month we play the game, and then we're gonna do a stream at the end of the month and talk about the game, our experiences with it, that kind of stuff. It's just a way of us to get through the backlog and try different games that we wouldn't probably normally play. Obviously some people like their own style of games, such as racers, shooters, rhythms, RPGs, that kind of stuff. So there's a good mix of games in the wheel to play. The first game got picked last month. I couldn't play it because of moving house and having no way of playing it, and that was Fireshark. Everyone's probably seen the videos of that and the stream. If you haven't, go check it out. But this month's game was one of my selections, and it was Murder Soul Suspect. So everybody is welcome to play on any system. You can get it on PS3, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, and obviously PC, Steam, however you want to play it that way. So it's a very cheap game. You can pick it up for. Everybody's welcome to play it with us through the month, and at the end of the month I'll be attempting to do a stream with whoever wants to jump on it, the guys that have played it. We'll talk about the game, the experiences and that kind of stuff, and then we'll spin the wheel for the game for the following month. So come join us for that. I'll put more details up on my channel or in the community bit as we get closer to that. I have played and finished it on the Xbox One, so I am playing this version on the 360 to double dip the achievements, as it were, on that. So we'll see how that goes. All that's left is to thank everybody for watching, sticking with me throughout the move and the couple of months that I've been away. Like I say, I'll be putting up some videos of obviously new game room tour and all that kind of stuff as and when I can get to it. There's still a few boxes around that I'm trying to sort out, and obviously it's a bit mental sorting the rest of the house out as well. We have been here for now a month, and it's just been, obviously you can imagine, hectic. You just don't realise how much stuff you have until you move house. It's ridiculous, but we're getting there. Luckily this time I've got a garage and a conservatory, so we've had storage to put it in as we sort each room out, so it's not been too bad. So bear with us, there will be videos coming up for that if that's your kind of thing and you enjoy that, and we'll see you in the next one. So take care and bye for now.